So now let's look at a chain rule derivative where we have the natural log involved. Okay, now I want to remind you that if I have y equals the ln of x, the derivative y prime would be 1 over x. So the derivative of the ln of x is 1 over x. Okay, so let's look at our problem. I've got the ln and then I've got all this stuff on the inside. Okay, so let's start finding the derivative. So y prime is going to equal, well, if the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x, then the derivative of all this is 1 over all this on the inside. So I'll write 4 times 3x squared plus 5 all cubed. Okay, but now what I haven't done is I have not found the derivative of the inside here. So that's why it's a chain. The ln is the outside. Well, this is the inside. And so what you do is you look at the inside, ignoring the outside, and you say, what would I have to do to find the derivative of what's on the inside? Well, you can see to find the derivative of the inside, you're going to have to do another chain rule. Okay, let's move this out of the way right here. Okay, and so here's what we'll do. I'm going to multiply by the derivative of this right here. Well, 4 times 3 is 12 times 3x squared plus 5. And I reduce the power by 1, so it'll be squared. Okay? But I still haven't accounted for what's on the inside here. And so now I need to find the derivative of 3x squared plus 5 and multiply it. So that'll be our chain to our chain. Well, the derivative of 3x squared plus 5 is just 6x. And so now what you see here, all of this is the derivative. So what let's do is let's simplify it. So I've got y prime equals. Now all of this will be on top. Okay, so I'm going to write it on top of the fraction. And I'm going to go ahead and multiply 6x times 12, and that gives me 72x. So I've got on top 72x times 3x squared plus 5 squared all over 4 times 3x squared plus 5 all cubed. Okay, now let's go back up and let me remind you why I had to do. So here was my derivative of this, and then this was my chain for the derivative of the inside, and then I had another chain. Well, if you were just to write what's on the inside of this parentheses and take the derivative of it, you would get this times this. Okay, so let's continue to reduce. 72 divided by 4 is 18. And so I've got y prime equals, on top, 18x. Now let's look. I've got 3x squared plus 5 all squared. And on bottom I have 3x squared plus 5, but it's cubed. So I'm going to cancel these two with 2 of them on bottom, so that 3 becomes a 1. And so on bottom all I'll have is 3x squared plus 5. And so what you see there is your derivative of the original function, ln of 4 times 3x squared plus 5 all cubed. So this right here would be your final answer.